I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. Earlier this year, the city called on artists to design a new flag that encompasses Ann Arbor. After community input, a panel of judges crowned Dennis Shirt, a web designer at Studio 32, a local creative design and marketing agency, the winner. Finding a place to call your own where lifelong friends can be made, where you can make a difference, is closer than you may think. The University of Michigan's largest student-run org is blending the community with the campus while celebrating the fall harvest.
DMUM stands for Dance Marathon at the University of Michigan.
There's something bigger than yourselves, right? It's a cause that is going to resonate with everyone here within Ann Arbor. If you have a sick child, we have one of the best children's hospitals in the universe in our backyard. Why would you want to go anywhere else? We have a pediatric only ER, we have wonderful doctors and nurses and staff and therapists that are in there on a daily basis. If you have an opportunity to give to these students, to help these students help our little victors, I can't think of a better cause, honestly.
This organization is absolutely incredible. They are with us volunteering, and as we are offering our enrichment programs in a virtual setting, the Dance Marathon, they are on the Zoom calls with us, they're volunteering with us, and the kids love to see them and they look forward to seeing them at these therapies like martial arts and yoga and many other ones that we offer.
We have a lot of participation, partially because we're able to partner with Mott Children's Hospital to have very close personal relationships with the kids that we volunteer with.
These students behind us, the students of DMUM, they're doing a tremendous job to support those families that are not just there for a night, but are there for a week, a month, or 3 months at a time.
It's so meaningful to watch the kiddos participate in these adaptive and inclusive programs that are unique to Michigan Medicine pediatric rehab team, not necessarily found in the community, and we really like to emphasize that we are providing something unique with the support of Dance Marathon.
This year's Spook-A-Thon will be held on October 27th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Diag. For more, visit dmum.org. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with more in exactly 30 seconds. The city is home to more than 160 must-see parks with scenic views, places to play, and some top-notch facilities. See all that Depot Park has during this Park Peek.
Depot Park is Ann Arbor's smallest park property. It is a small parcel of land on the corner of Main Street and Depot Street and was acquired by the city in 1967 as a right-of-way deed. The park welcomes people who enter Ann Arbor from the Main Street exit off M14 and is adopted by the Bank of Ann Arbor. It contains a flower bed and small shrubs and trees. Depot Park is only accessible by walking on the sidewalks that pass the park on the southeast corner of the Main Street and Depot Street intersection. There is street parking on nearby Summit Street, 4th Avenue, and on Depot Street, and there are bike lanes on Depot Street. The park is a short walk from Wheeler Park and North Main Park. It is also close to a pedestrian tunnel pathway off Depot Street that connects north to Vandermeer Park and Argo Park on the Bordage Border Trail. For more information about Depot Park or other city parks, visit a2gov.org/parks.
Questions are the first step to find solutions to most issues. And now the city is utilizing an AI virtual assistant to help with all municipal needs. Learn how to activate Ask Ann in this month's City Roundup.
The City of Ann Arbor has launched Ask Ann, a fully integrated and automated web chat assistant that helps people find information from the city 24/7. Ask Ann is built into a2gov.org, utilizing the technology behind large language models, or conversational artificial intelligence, which makes it easier for anyone to get quick answers to questions and find detailed information. Ask Ann understands and communicates proficiently in 71 different languages. To chat with Ask Ann, visit a2gov.org on a computer, tablet, or phone, and Ask Ann will appear on the bottom right section of your browser. Clicking the Ask Ann icon launches the chat window. Ask Ann also gives people the ability to message city staff if they can't get their question answered or are having difficulty. Want to know? Ask Ann.
Art is inspirational, healing, and allows minds to wander to create endless possibilities. Washtenaw County is a place that encourages people of all ages to share their creativity. And one such entity, the Youth Art Gallery, or YAG, is a welcoming, supportive space for young artists to learn, grow, and find original ways to self-express. Joining me is Tiana Clemons, Executive Director of the Youth Art Gallery. Welcome to the show, Tiana.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'd like to know a little bit about you. Why don't you tell me about your background and what led you to YAG?
Well, I am Tiana Clemons. I was born and raised in Ann Arbor, and I went to Eastern Michigan University and Arizona State University, and I studied fine arts. And for about 15 years, I worked in finance and in the healthcare field. And I always wanted to do arts, but I just didn't. I guess I was scared or nervous in regards to it.
It's kind of a big deal to put yourself out there in that way and to like make that your career. So I understand it completely where you're coming from.
And I had actually moved from Ann Arbor in 2013. And then I came back during the pandemic. And I would just go to West Park or other local parks in Ann Arbor, and I would bring out a 6 by 8 foot canvas and hang it up in the park somewhere and paint every Saturday with the kids. And people started getting to know me around town as the lady that paints murals at the park. And then I started actually doing canvas work with oil and acrylic paint. And I came up with, I guess, my signature art, which would be the Afronauts. They're just little astronaut children. They happen to be, I say they're multicultural, but most of them are Black. And I'm all about representation. So I told myself, well, it's kind of boring just sitting out here painting these murals and doing all this stuff by myself. And I said, I should just start a nonprofit where I can help kids and be a good representation in a community that isn't necessarily as diverse as it was when I was growing up. So that's basically how YAG got started. And now it's so many people in the community support it. I get to work with all types of kids and people from all different backgrounds, exhibiting artwork and making murals.
And you must be a great mentor because obviously you make art yourself, but you also know how to get the word out to create art in the community and help people expand on their art and their career.
Yeah, it's mostly about, but it's not just about painting. It's also about education and I what I call painting with a purpose. So I would often reach out to the schools and say, hey, you could send some of the kids who are having troubles getting acclimated back with regular school after the pandemic, because there's lots of kids who are struggling. And I said, we can learn how to do geometry and incorporate it through the arts. We can learn how to get the murals funded and write proposals. We can work on our English. So it's all about just being in the community and branching out to people and finding the youth who really need assistance. And art is fun. It's not boring. And then it's all about bringing the confidence back to the children so they can go in class and be successful.
Yeah, you're totally right about how well-rounded you have to be as an artist because you really, I mean, you're basically a business person at that point if you're trying to make money doing it. And you talk about geometry and perspective and stuff like that. I don't think people always think about those things when they think about an artist.
Yes, it's hard, especially when you want to make it your career. You just can't be the artist. You have to wear many hats. And yeah, it's been a learning experience, definitely.
How long has YAG been around?
I would say October the 10th a year.
What are the eligibility requirements, or are there any for youth that want to get involved?
There aren't any. It's just you come with a good attitude, be happy, and are willing to learn and have a new experience. All youth from all ages are welcome. Even with the mass volunteer emails, we also get senior citizens sometimes and younger adults, and they're welcome as well. So
Well,
it's
I think
evolving. Yeah, it's evolving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a year is like very little time to really start something. So I think as the years go on, you'll probably be doing a lot more, but you guys are already making an impact on the community. And one of the things that was brought to my attention is your mural work. And I think that is a huge thing that people notice when they come into town or they live in town and they see the work that you're doing with youth in this area. And one such mural is that one on South Industrial, the car wash. Can you tell us about that one and how these murals come about?
Well, um, what we do, we just drive around town and look for blank spaces. And I saw that the car wash was an extremely big blank space. And I was informed that they also hire recently released incarcerated people and they provide them with an opportunity. So I said this would be a great space to actually do a community mural because the car wash helps provide jobs for people in the community and people who need second chances. And I just basically went in there, asked them, hey, would you guys like a mural? We love what you're doing to support and engage with the people in the community, and we just want to make this a more beautiful space. And after that, we, sent out the volunteer call, got the kids, and I would say the first 2 days we did have the sketch. It was a 75-foot wall. So
Oh,
I
it's
did
huge. It's a
have
huge mural.
Yep. So we had actually a few kids a month earlier do some designs at Cultureverse Gallery, and we used their designs to create the mural. And then we spent 2 days drawing and about 6 days painting. And it was really hot, but we had refreshments, a tent, and all types of snacks and pizza every day. So it was a good experience, I would say, for everybody.
Did the car wash want a car-related mural? Because it is a car-related mural.
Yes, that was the only stipulation to have some cars. So we
And
have
then
like cars all over it.
Yeah, it's super cute. I think it looks great there. I think it really matches the facade of the area, but it looks great with the car wash. When you guys are drawing it, do you use a projector or something? How does that work? Are they just hand drawing it and then some people come in and fill the colors?
We at the Youth Art Gallery, we are more we like to do hand drawing
Hmm.
because we don't want anyone, the youth, to feel limited with their artwork. And having projectors, that's kind of like the easy way out. We
Yeah.
want everyone to know that you can complete this from start to finish by hand. So yes, we did it all by hand.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because, yeah, like I said, that is an impactful, large, long wall. And I'm sure even coming up with the design was even difficult to think like, oh, you almost have to think of it as a different dimension because it is like a horizontal piece where a lot of the murals you see in town are they're high. They go up high and you need a cherry picker to paint them and stuff.
Yes, and that's another thing with the children, we can't go too high. We're not even actually able to use ladders with them because of safety issues. So with the image, it was, I would say, about a 10 by 10 image. and we
Hmm.
just had to repeat it. So we just
Yeah.
stretched
Yeah.
it out, as you stated.
Well, I think the cool thing that maybe people don't understand about murals, though, is that even if you're not like the most artistic person, you could still help create a mural. You can be the person painting the mural as long as the design was already there.
Yes. As I would say, as long as the design is already there, I like to do the paint by numbers method.
Yeah, I think
So
that's a great way to do it. Yeah.
after you sketch it out, put the numbers or put the colors. Everyone comes to our station and they get the paintbrush, pick the paintbrush for each section and then pick your color or number. And that makes things a lot easier. But when you are working with young people, even if you have the numbers or the colors, things can go any type of way. Everyone is artistic, and once you get to the wall or the canvas, you feel I would say a sense of empowerment. So people tend to go off and do their own thing, which is great as well. So we're all about celebrating and creating. It doesn't always have to look like exactly what we designed, as long as everybody enjoyed themselves.
That's the one thing I personally love about creating art is that you might have this idea in your head of what you think it's going to be, but I don't think it ever turns out exactly the way you think it's going to be. And a lot of times it ends up almost being better because it's just like you just let it flow. Your creativity just flows.
Yes, as artists, like it'll be a main artist myself and then assistant artists and helpers. And I have to tell everyone like you have to leave your ego at the door. If you have perfectionist tendencies, you have to leave it alone and just relax. Like we are here to have fun, learn, engage, and build community.
Well, YAG does more than just murals and stuff. That's one mural that you guys did, but what you have workshops, you have mentorship programs. Can you tell me about some of the other things?
Yes, during the year we have exhibits, so call to arts for the youth, and that's from people 13 to 25, and they're able to submit their artwork for specific types of exhibits, or we can actually have work with schools or youth groups where they can curate and exhibit their own shows. So we are often invited or have spaces at other galleries around town, and we'll have build a showcase or an exhibit around the youth's artwork and have their family, have their friends, teachers, and everyone, and people from the community can come in and celebrate them, celebrate their art, and teach them how to build portfolios, how to do CVs, just prepare them for, thing after high school, and if they want to have an art career. And we also have workshops as well. We've done 4 or 5 skateboard workshops this year where we purchase all the skateboards, the wheels, all the materials for them to get rolling. But before we do that, we have a history lesson on skateboarding, the sport itself, and then we learn about all the different designers and graphic artists who help design some of the most popular decks that are around that people are they're just coveting all the time, and they don't, the kids only want to ride on Tony Hawk skateboards or something like that. So we learn about the artists behind that, and then we give them the opportunity to create their own skateboard deck, and then we have it printed on the boards so they can take it back home and just do whatever. And we introduced a bunch of kids to a new activity, and some people never even had skateboards before, so it's a really cool experience.
What a cool idea. I wouldn't even have thought about, having them design their own skateboard and then they can show it around. And even like when you talk about the exhibits and exhibitions, I know from personal experience that that's super exciting for a young person of any age. And so that's like a gift you're giving them. And they'll never forget those times when their art was on display and people were looking at it and talking about it.
Yes, definitely. It's been a very rewarding experience, and I hope that we can continue to do that every year.
Do you have a physical space where you meet?
No, we don't actually have a physical space as of right now, but later in the year we should. But there's so many different places that support us, such as the Ann Arbor District Library, the Ypsilanti District Library. Culture versus U of M Union, so we haven't really needed a space as of yet.
But you meet and you talk about art, you do art together, and then you have these exhibits where everyone can come and see what you're doing.
Yes.
And then you do art sales too, which has got to feel good for people too. Like if someone buys your art, you're like, I'm a professional artist now.
And exactly, the youth, they all, if they sell their work, they always get the proceeds to their artwork, and that just puts another level of excitement and, as I stated, confidence to their life's journey. So it's just amazing.
Is there a cost for people that are involved, like the children?
As of right now, everything is free. Once we do move into a space, we will offer memberships and weekly or monthly workshops. But right now, nope, there's no cost to anything.
So if you're interested, you just go on to the website and that's how you find out what's going on.
Yes, go onto the website, and there will usually be a sign-up sheet for whatever we have going on.
Awesome. Well, obviously, donations are a big deal because right now it's free. So if people, why should people donate? And they can obviously, I would assume, do that on the website as well.
Yes, there's a donation tab on the website that goes to Zephy, which is where we accept donations from. But I think people should continue to donate to Youth Art Gallery because murals are always needed. If you have children who are interested in art or children who need assistance with confidence building, need assistance with learning how to do different things, or who wants to have outdoor activities or, be more active, who aren't, interested in sports, art is definitely, it can be very strenuous and tiring when you're out there painting murals. Like, you should just support us because we're here in the community. We're here for your children. We're here for everyone, basically, I would say. Yeah.
Do you still need volunteers? I know you mentioned that sometimes you even get senior citizens to volunteer with you.
Yes, we always need volunteers.
Same way, just go on the website and then you can look at sort of the events that are happening and be like, hey, this one sounds fun. I might want to go help out with this one.
Yes, and in the next 2 months, we will be doing a mural at Bryant Community Center, Arrowwood Hills Cooperative, and Brick Elementary School. So we will have sign-up sheets for volunteers and for youth to come and enjoy painting with us.
How exciting. Is the car wash mural the only one you've done so far?
No, we've done a mural at Iggy's Eggies on Liberty next to the Michigan Theater. We've done a mural at Ypsilanti High School. We've done one at Fuller Park. And yeah, I think that's all for this year so far.
Well, that's amazing. It's only been a year, Tiana. Wow, you are a mover and a shaker. You get things done.
Trying to.
Well, before we go, why don't you tell, first of all, I'd like to know personally how it feels for you now that it's been like about a year and you're a professional artist. You have changed your life. You went from a career that probably was sort of mundane for you to something that you love. How does it feel?
It feels great. I was very surprised, and I've mentioned confidence a lot in this interview, and I think that's basically what has made it possible for me to be successful. Just having the confidence and believing in myself that I could do it, because it was really scary at first. So now that things are paying off, I'm relieved and
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, right? You took the I guess the easier route when you first graduated just because that I mean, and I think also from someone that does have an art degree, I feel like there's pressure from the outside world to be like, artists don't make money. What are you gonna do with your life? Kind of thing. And it takes a lot of guts to just like put yourself out there and do it because it is more work than having that finance job where you like have a 9 to 5, you go in, you punch the clock and you punch out. What
Yes.
you're doing is like your job probably never ends.
I was gonna say it's much longer than 9 to 5. The
Yeah.
hours that are put in. It's a lot of hard work. But I found when you're doing what you love, it's easier. You don't feel the stressors. You're not dreading going into work or trying to figure out how to make things happen. It all just feels good because you know you're doing good and you're putting good energy and vibes out.
I just love your story. It's so amazing. I feel like I'm proud of you and I don't even know you.
Thank you.
Before we go, why should people check out YAG and visit some of the public art that you have around town?
I would say everyone should check out YAG because we are here in Ann Arbor, well, in Washtenaw County, and we're doing good in the community, and we are accepting and willing to work with everyone in the community. And in regards to the murals, they're just awesome. And so many people that you know probably helped create them. Yeah, so just check out YAG, check out the murals, visit Ann Arbor, go around town, try to find them, and it's just a great thing.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show and telling us about this rewarding program that I do think everyone should check out in some way.
Yes, thank you.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that we have to offer. And remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification. Thanks for watching and tune in next time to FYI.